going on, everybody? Welcome to another edition of the NBA Slate Starter podcast. I'm Eric, joined with my buddy Ryan as we break down Wednesday's 9-game NBA DFS slate on DraftKings, FanDuel, and our sponsor, Yahoo. This slate was bonkers. And I'm not saying it was bonkers in terms of, I don't know, there wasn't a lot of just set it and forget it value, if you know what I mean. There wasn't like a 75, 85% owned dude other than Spencer Dinwiddie, who, ended up getting there to fruition at 7,100 on FanDuel. He was pretty cheap on Yahoo and DK, so I thought he was a little bit more affordable. But we've normally had like 2, 3, 4 pieces of value like that just were jam plays. Josh Hart and Jay Crowder both got there. I don't know. I thought the field was a little bit off today because there were some really low-owned pieces, whether it was Brandon Clark with people just way off about how many minutes he would play, and Jaren Jackson was 10% in a spot where there was no Steven Adams again, and we've seen him go completely bonkers. There were a number of different plays that I thought could be really sneaky. Anthony Edwards was like 10%, and again, this is like a 6-gamer. It's not like there weren't options, but now we're in the middle of a late-night hammer where Amir Coffey is just off to a crazy start. He ended up getting inserted into the starting lineup. I couldn't swap onto as much as I wanted for reasons that are whatever. But you know what? I'm just saying that the field was not very good. I hope everybody was able to take advantage of today. But, Jay Crowder got there, Josh Hart got there, and Spencer Dinwiddie got there, the 3 highest-owned players on the slate. So I don't really know what to do. There weren't a lot of pivots. It seems like it's going to be a pretty brutal night. Ryan, how's your night going?
Yeah, my night's not good too. Cade Cunningham on FanDuel was a disaster.
Oh, God.
So your night kind of pretty much ended at, I want to say...
They were down 35, and he was in the game, and he lost 2 fantasy points on FanDuel. I don't know if you saw that.
Yeah, Sadiq Bey came in and got like 15, but Cade Cunningham started off the game well, got in some foul trouble, and that really set him back for the rest of the game. Disappointing there because he... was probably my favorite play on FanDuel, all things put together. Disappointing, to say the least. And Jokic is putting up a kind of a dud for Jokic standards. You really want him to outscore Cat by 20 to really get you there. And Cat put up a really nice game today. Just disappointing performances from the players that graded out well data-wise today. I was high on a lot of the right OKC guys, but it doesn't matter. I was wrong on guys like I'm going to end up being wrong on guys like Jokic and Cade, who were kind of the anchors on FanDuel. Yahoo worked out just fine. DraftKings maybe, but I was made a stand with Zubac. I really like Ivica Zubac today.
Same.
He has historically played exceptionally well against Nikola Jokic for many, many years, and 3 first-half fouls, if I'm not mistaken, really will axe that for him as well.
You and me both, my dude. You and me both. It's not fun, but again, this is the game we play where stuff like that happens, and, it's the MVP getting MVP calls. It's whatever. Nikola Jokic is really good at basketball, but I saw on December 26th, the day after Christmas, I got to see that game courtside, and it was just absolutely outrageous. Him and Zubac were just going at each other, so it doesn't shock me that a referee got ticky-tack a little bit with those two, because in person, it's crazy to watch those two kind of go at it, but there were just a lot of ticky-tack fouls. And now Amir Coffey is going to play a zillion minutes. He's got 7, 4, and 2, and I didn't get as much. It's like 12% on DK, Yahoo, FanDuel. He's a little bit lower, but it's just tilting when you can't get all the pivots you want. But hey, that's life. We get into it here. No Will Barton, and nobody in that game is going off as it is. It's 40-28 with 40 seconds left.
There might be a really good chance no one in that game might be optimal.
The Clippers have 28 points right now in the entire half.
Yeah, so there might be a good chance nobody in that game might be optimal. Just an ugly game fantasy-wise. I mean, on to tomorrow's 9-game review go.
Amir Coffey will be optimal. Hit that like button. Hit that subscribe button. Hit that notification bell. I don't know. Maybe you will. Maybe you won't. Hit all of that great stuff for us if you're watching us on YouTube. If you're checking us out on podcast form, we would love if you left us a 5-star review. That'll make us a little bit more, what's the word I'm looking for? Charitable when it comes to this free roll that Ryan and I are planning, that we're going to be firing up here very, very soon. Maybe some Yahoo cash in it for everybody. Looking forward to that because, again, the field needs redemption on Eric Lindquist. There's no doubt about that. It's time for the field's revenge, if you will. The Slate Starter Listeners League revenge. Ryan, we've got 9 games. We should probably stop just chit-chatting here at the front end. You ready to get going? My buddy.
That's right.
To the top end of guard we go. LeBron James, 11-7. Luka Doncic, 10-9 here. James Harden, this is going to be a massive piece of news. They're going up against Chicago, who's on a back-to-back, but we've got James Harden and Kyrie Irving questionable. Now, if neither play, you just roster a bunch of Brooklyn guys, including Kevin Durant, who I think is fine to go. If one of them plays, you kind of are in the situation where you want to be getting to them, but now some of their prices have gotten to a place like, obviously, James Harden without Kyrie Irving. That looks really nice, 10-4 there. Kyrie Irving now is up to $8,900, another $100 bump to him there. He's getting to a place where it's just going to be interesting. So that is by far the biggest piece of news that we're going to be waiting on, is those two statuses coming into that tip against Chicago. And, we've got a slate again that's going to be a little bit more staggered than normal, but 7 o'clock. Like, why is that game starting at 10 o'clock on the East Coast? Can you explain that to me? It's a 9 p.m. Central Time start. So you're going to be sitting around, and that's actually the late night hammer. So I don't know. Maybe you can explain that to me. I don't understand it whatsoever. I know there's been some weird
national televised game, probably.
Yeah. 9 p.m. start, though. It's so weird. Whatever. Trae Young, 10-3 there. DeJounte Murray, 9,700 against Houston. That looks nice in this bounce back spot after his one floor game. He still went 11 for 19 from the field. Just didn't add anything in the assist category. Only 5 assists.
He had 50 fantasy points.
He had 41.5.
Today?
DeJounte Murray. They? What are you talking about?
I thought you meant John Morant. Sorry.
I said DeJounte Murray.
Okay.
That's okay. I don't think Memphis is on the slate, are they?
No,
I didn't see them when I covered them earlier.
So
Nope, they're not on this one.
No.
You're loved anyway. DeJounte Murray, 9,700. Russell Westbrook down to 9,600. Hey, DraftKings, way to start learning how to do stuff considering 26 minutes and, 25.75 fantasy points is not good, but 9,600 is starting to mirror a little bit about what Yahoo's been doing with Russell Westbrook, which is price him down for being terrible. Talk to me about the top end guard on DraftKings.
Yeah, my indications, indications. I think all three Brooklyn guys will play tomorrow. We'll see what news comes out throughout the day.
That's gross.
I don't mind it if all three guys play. But looking atop, LeBron James against Sacramento. He just played this team. He's played this team twice, I want to say, in the last 3 weeks. Feels like LeBron James is a fine spend-up option. There should be enough value to spend there. Luka Doncic in a Knicks matchup should be fine. 10-9, triple-double upside. You know what he can do. Really, Porzingis has been ruled out for tomorrow already. But just keep an eye on that situation. Trae Young in a Miami matchup. I'm a little hesitant to go to Trae Young at 10-3. I think I'd rather save $1,600 and go to LaMelo Ball in a Philly spot. $8,700 LaMelo Ball is probably my favorite spend-up option. I like going to LaMelo Ball compared to Russ. That's about it. And then DeJounte Murray, 9,700 in a Houston matchup. Houston is a fantasy point frenzy for the opposition, so DeJounte Murray should eat. Now, if you want to spend down in that same game, guys like Kevin Porter Jr., 5,800. If you can avoid a blowout, that'd be nice. We got word Spencer Dinwiddie should be playing. He's available for a back-to-back. He has not been playing back-to-backs all year long. But 6K Spencer Dinwiddie in Orlando matchup. We'll see if he plays. If he plays, go for it. 6K makes a lot of sense to go there with no Bradley Beal, as Brad Beal is in the HNS protocols. Now, Josh Primo continues to get the start for Houston. Sorry, for San Antonio. 4K versus Houston. Definitely take your chances there. But outside of that, Chicago might get even a little more crowded if Alex Caruso returns. But outside of that, you can take another shot at Lonnie Walker against Houston as well.
Yeah, so we already got word that Jimmy Butler is going to be out here for Miami. Kyle Lowry, 7,600, really sticks out to me on DK. I bet he's pretty popular. Tyler Hero, 7,800. Man, that's really gone up, but we know the kind of ceiling he has as well. If you pay for him, you're paying for the ceiling, but I prefer Kyle Lowry between the two. I think, just against Atlanta in this spot, I think Kyle Lowry really sticks out with that assist rate. And, he does it in a myriad of ways. He's only had 10 and 4 shot attempts the last 2 games. Again, that Portland game was really, 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 really wonky. I don't even know what to take from it there. I think he got dinged up, but like looking at it here, 35 minutes, only 10 shot attempts their last time out. He hasn't had over 13 shot attempts in his last 4 games, but no Jimmy Butler there. I think against Atlanta, Trae Young D, that looks really, really nice to me. So I'm firing him up. And then if you're looking for some value, and again, I don't know what the value situation is going to look like. It could be pretty questionable. What do you think about this guy, Rajon Rondo, who just continually gets there? He played 20 minutes against Sacramento. That's down a little bit here. He got put up 22. I thought he was on his way to breaking the late slate. I never roster him. I'm not saying that I'm going to roster him tomorrow, but I just want to get your thoughts on Rajon Rondo, sub 4K, because I guarantee you, YouTube chat is going to hit me up 48 times on live before lock about him.
Yeah, I think Rondo's fine. You would like to see the minutes to stay at least in the mid 20s. Rondo can just rack up a quick 5-5-5 for you, like 5 points, 5 rebounds, 5 assists, real quick. The minutes cap is concerning. You'd love for Rondo to touch 30, and you'd feel a lot more confident. But long shot tournament options, I'm fine to sprinkling Rondo. No concerns there if you're last guy in, looking for some value with potentially he can up high 20s fantasy points. I don't expect him to put up 30 or anything, even in the same performance, but high 20s, he can do a lot for your lineup. So, but I think there's some pretty strong value in the similar price range as well.
Agreed. All right, heading over to FanDuel, and there's some massive tournaments over on DK, FanDuel, Yahoo tomorrow, so you're going to want to be playing some DFS. This is a 9-gamer we want to be invested in. NFL, not till Saturday, so we don't have to worry about a Thursday night game. Put some time and energy into this slate because it could be really fun. But Luka Doncic 10-5 there on the top end. DeJounte Murray 10-2. Trae Young 9,900. James Harden 9,800. If you have no Kyrie, that's a smash. If he doesn't play, don't play him. How about that for facts and hashtag analysis? Donovan Mitchell 8,500. It's just, I don't know why his price keeps coming down. He's played 36 minutes, 52.9, 42.6 against Detroit. Didn't even need to go nuts. But Russell Westbrook, 8,400 next to Kyrie Irving, 8,200. I mean, that is a low number. He keeps burning me. But I'm going to keep rostering Russell Westbrook on these sites like Yahoo, where he's $37, and FanDuel, where he's $8,400. Are you with me, or are you just over rostering a broken Russell Westbrook right now?
Yeah, we got some word physical altercation between Montrezl Harrell and KCP and tonight's aftermath. Don't expect anything to come out of it, potential in-team suspension, but I don't know why a team would want to do that when they
won by 4.
Yeah, I don't know. They just wanted to fight. Probably Miss LA. Who knows?
Is it a girl?
Oh, I said they miss LA.
They miss LA. I thought you were saying like Miss LA as if it was like a Mrs. like a beauty pageant. Miss America, something like that. It's not Mrs. America, so I thought it was Miss LA. Whatever. Continue.
So yeah, I mean, just an asterisk to the Washington team, even more with no Beal. I'd be shocked to see if there's a suspension, but there could be a 1-game suspension for having a fight in the locker room or something. So keep an eye on that situation. But you touched on some expensive guards over there on FanDuel. LaMelo Ball for me is circled yet again. 8K here. Jeez,
Jesus.
I will be going there. Definitely going.
That is a good idea.
So at that price tag, definitely all about LaMelo Ball. His teammate Terry Rozier keeps playing really well, 7,300. I want to shy away a little from Rozier. Other guys who are point guard, shooting guard eligible, I have no issues if you want to spend up. I mean, sub 10K James Harden, he's fine. If all 3 guys are in at 9,800, that's when you can definitely take some chances on James Harden. Just know that don't expect that floor, that median average to be in the 50s. It's probably in the mid to low 40s, maybe. Mid to high 40s with all 3 guys in a Chicago matchup. So he's fine to go. Kyle Lowry, $7,200.
Yeah.
Definitely about that price tag here on FanDuel. Tough not to love that. And keep chasing Kevin Porter Jr. I keep getting burned by him, but I'll be chasing him yet again. 5,900 against a pretty cake San Antonio matchup. San Antonio is broken down, so I like him as well. And you touched on Donovan Mitchell, 8,500. Look, Cleveland's a tough matchup nowadays. 8,500 Don Mitchell
Crazy.
is fine, I think. But there's some guys who are cheaper than him you can definitely consider, like Dinwiddie if he goes. We touched on LaMelo Ball. An interesting situation with Tyler Hero at $6,500.
Oh,
That's
yeah,
really
he's a
cheap
smash.
for Tyler Hero. So lots of smashes, which makes Donovan Mitchell an exceptional tournament play.
Yeah, low sevens, upper sixes. That was going to kind of be my thing that I was going to talk about on FanDuel, where you have Spencer Dinwiddie, 7,100. If there's no Bradley Beal, Lonzo Ball, 7,100. We just saw it here tonight. Kyle Lowry, 7,200. All of those smashes. Kevin Porter Jr., 5,900. Alec Burks, 5,800. If you get that same kind of situation we've had here from them of late. And then 6,500 Tyler Hero is going to be so popular tomorrow. It's ridiculous. I don't have a whole heck of a lot to answer. I will say Malik Monk went from a 7K tag on FanDuel to 5,500. Doesn't mean that I want to roster Malik Monk. I just thought I would point it out because that's bonkers when somebody drops $1,500 in basically the same situation. All right, let's head to Yahoo here. Top end, James Harden, 49. Luka Doncic, 49. Trae Young, 47. DeJounte Murray, 44. All of these guys are really, really expensive. LaMelo Ball, 38. Now we're talking. But then Russell Westbrook, $37. I'm just going to beat my head against a wall and roster him. Same thing for Donovan Mitchell, $35, but less beating my head against a wall because he's actually been good. Kyle Lowry, $30. That should be very, very popular. This Tyrese Halliburton, De'Aaron Fox thing, it's really hard to want to roster either of them at $28 and $29 respectively with everybody healthy there. But Spencer Dinwiddie, $23. That is bound to be very, very popular here as well. Is there anything on the cheap end? We haven't talked a whole lot of value at guard. Is there anything on the cheap end you might have your eye on as well?
Josh Primo is $10. We've been seeing some extended minutes to Josh Richardson as he's been taking minutes away from Horford as they go small. That's an option at $12. Rondo is 10. Emmanuel Quickley is 10. Corey Kispert got the start. He's 10. There's some $10 guys. They're not as strong as some upper tier value plays like Dinwiddie is. If he plays, he's pretty strong, I think. Other guys, Jalen Green is $16. He's definitely come down to earth after a nice start to the regular season, and now he looks like a really bad rookie. I might even think Josh Christopher is a better rookie than him at this moment. Jalen Green has not been playing that well. I don't mind going to Fox and Halliburton. The matchup isn't too worrisome for me. The tempo should be there. Fantasy points should be there for one of them. And if you somehow land on two of them, no issues really. Their price tag is pretty favorable for both of them to pay that off. Now, Kyrie Irving is $30 here. I think he's completely in play if he goes. Ankle injury, I know he thought Nasir Little's dive was a little unnecessary. Nasir Little clapped back saying he's going to give it his all on the court. I didn't really have a strong take on that type of statement by Kyrie.
He's diving
but
for the ball.
Sorry?
He was diving for the ball. He got the ball first.
I don't know at what point he did go for the ball. If they were like down, if it was like the game was out of hand, like 12 points with a minute to go.
It was a 6-point game is what it finished at. So like, chill out. It was a 6-point game.
I had no idea what point he did.
Yeah, Portland won by 6.
Yeah, but I'm saying like I could understand why Kyrie thought it was unnecessary if it was.
Yeah. Well, Kyrie probably also thought, like, I've got you boxed out. There's no way to do it. But, like, he could dive for the ball and try to throw it off Kyrie. Like, that's...
I don't know if he was... I don't think he could have thrown it off the way the ball was headed.
But I'm saying it was, like, running away. It's a split-second thing.
Yeah.
You're taught
I don't think
to
there's
hustle.
any ill intention.
Nasir Little, it's not like Nasir Little is a top 5 player in the NBA where he's guaranteed to make $1 zillion forever. Like, he should be hustling every single play.
No, for sure. No, that's why I said I have no strong take either way. I
have a strong take for Nasir Little.
I could see why Kyrie was annoyed by it as well.
I could see why he's annoyed by it too. I probably don't want somebody, some freaking little dude out of North Carolina that is a scrub that is trying to dive and take out my ankle and knocks me over. But at the same time, you're on a basketball floor. People are going to make basketball plays, and you might not like it all the time, Kyrie. That's all.
Outside of that, Cole Anthony, $27. Yeah,
Cole
I
Anthony.
think he's been disappointing the last couple of games, but I'm willing to go to Cole Anthony. The shot attempts will be there for sure.
And the minutes are going to be there for sure as well. I had him highlighted on FanDuel, specifically 7,400. I think that makes a lot of sense. You know what also makes sense? Boom. Look at this. New Yahoo users. If you haven't had a chance to check out Yahoo, our sponsor here of the NBA Slate Starter podcast, I would do that. And here's why. Because you will get 1 free month of Awesemo Plus Platinum when you deposit $10 or more. Simple as that. You don't have to do much. You just deposit $10. You play in any paid contest, the quarter, the dollar, the $10, the $20. For NFL Sundays, they have low management fees. And now we're going to have a Saturday, Sunday here coming up for that slate. I already looked at them. I believe 10% management fee. That is the lowest rate you're going to find for any tournament on, screw DraftKings FanDuel, where they have 16, 17% for their quote unquote milli makers and whatever else. You have a winnable tournament at $12 on Yahoo for Saturday, Sunday, with a 10% management fee. Go take advantage of this offer now. Deposit $10 or more, get that free month of Awesemo Plus Platinum. And it's not just NBA or NFL, but MMA, PGA, every single thing. Esports. You want it? We got it for you here at Awesemo Plus. So stop guessing, start winning. Join us here at Awesemo Plus through this offer with Yahoo, the sponsor of the NBA Slate Starter podcast. All right. I don't know. I got quiet with my voice there, but we're going to continue on to the top and forward we go. It's like Christian Bale, I'm Batman. Nobody can tell I'm Batman because I talk like this. Nobody can tell. Hi, Ryan. I'd love a hot dog. It's fine. It's fine. Nobody cares. LeBron James, 11-7. Kevin Durant, 11K. Even at 11K, if you have no Kyrie and you have no James Harden, 11K Kevin Durant in that late night hammer looks pretty nifty. I'm hoping that neither of those guys play, and I'll just load a bunch of Kevin Durant and live with the result because he could go for 75, 80. Like, what's his base projection if you have no Kyrie and no James Harden here in this spot against Chicago? It's ridiculous. Also, Terrence Mann started the second half, so maybe that'll make him score more fantasy points than like the 4 he put up in the first half. Idiot. God, I hate this game. But anyway, Domantas Sabonis, 10K for him there. No Anthony Davis, no Jimmy Butler, aforementioned those two. Jason Tatum, 9,500. Jaylen Brown, 9,300. They're starting to come down from their ridiculous 10K and, 9,700 tags, but they're still a little expensive to want to overinvest. Do they have ceilings? Did Jason Tatum just play 42 minutes the other night? Yeah, he did. But legitimately, I don't know how you pick between those two. It's just a bad situation on a bad Celtics team. So best of luck to you all. I will say the one guy who really stands out, Julius Randle. Remember when we were paying 10K, 10.2, 10.5 for him last year and it wasn't a big deal? He's down to 8,500. There's nobody else around him here. He should be smashing. I don't know what's wrong, but against Dallas at 8,500, I'm willing to find out, are you?
Yeah, I'm definitely about spending up for these guys, but the class of the position is forward center eligible Onyeka Okongwu. He helps you jam in all of these guys that you mentioned. LeBron, KD, Sabonis, these guys all have massive upside. Sabonis had like 25 rebounds against this Boston team the other night. Jaylen Brown, 9,300. Expensive, but tournament winning upside on a 9-game slate is there for him. Tatum, 95. Their prices are pretty similar now. DeRozan and Levine in a matchup versus Brooklyn, they should combine for 40 shot attempts maybe. So keep that on tap. Kyle Kuzma in an Orlando matchup, 8K Kuz, expensive, but no Beal. He could shoot the ball 25, 30 times against Orlando. So Onyeka Okongwu helps you do a lot of things. Forward center, well, he's going to be the value play of the night. Makes a lot of sense to start your lineups there and mix and match those studs the rest of the way for the forward spot. Mid-tier guys that stick out at their price tag, Harrison Barnes, 5,300. No issues going there. DeAndre Hunter might return also for Atlanta. He's the min 3K. I expect a minutes limit for DeAndre Hunter. So that's what sticks out to me over there. I mean, look, you can definitely spend up for all these studs. There's pretty strong value in Okongwu to help you do so.
Yeah. And I will say, I don't know what we do with a guy like this because it's not like he's going to project out well, but Caleb Martin's down to 4,400. he can get hot shooting the rock. I look at him the same way as Terrence Ross, where he's not going to add a whole heck of a lot. He's had more rebounding games, but he's had 30, 38 point upside, like even in like 3 games ago, 4,700, 4,900 people were paying for that. He's down to 4,400. I think that's something that might project out decently well. Again, I'm not saying that he's going to be like your top value on this slate, but somebody that you can kind of like slot in and play some minutes here. Philadelphia is, I don't even know if we've talked about anybody on Philadelphia, but I don't know if you know this, Ryan. Charlotte plays very fast, and all of their totals are like 230 plus. It's outrageous. Korkmaz just got done burning the universe, but I mean, he also like didn't really do a whole heck of a lot. It was an absolute blowout. So I'm going to kind of overlook it. He's up to 5,200 on DK, maybe more applicable on other sites, but him, 4,100, Matisse Thybulle, and yes, Danny Green could play a lot of minutes. He played 20 against Houston. He could play 25. Are we going to play a 3,600 Danny Green? Do we hate ourselves enough to play a 3,600 Danny Green against Charlotte? Ooh. You went to North Carolina. You want to have a narrative? There you go. Facing is Charlotte. No, that's a terrible narrative. They're playing in Philly.
Yeah. Yeah, no Danny Green. I'll tell you that. But it makes a lot.
That was my favorite.
Yeah. I mean, short slate Danny Green. Yeah, go for it. Showdown, single game. Even then, go for it. But that's really about it. I mean, small forward for me on FanDuel. It's going to go Tyler.
Oh, we haven't jumped over to FanDuel. We will right now, but we were just finishing up DK.
Oh, I mean, I thought you were talking about Danny Green, and I thought you mentioned FanDuel steals blocks upside, but
nope, 3,600 DK.
No,
I know.
No,
I know. No. He's 4,300 on FanDuel. I would rather punch myself in the face than play Danny Green on FanDuel.
Yeah, no, I don't even think that's necessary. Like
punching myself in the face or playing Danny Green.
Yeah, either. No, I don't think you. I mean, you're gonna if you do that, you're also probably rostering a Kongu, right?
Right,
and that obviously opens up a lot of value. It's like you're making your Danny Green decision point. It's him versus Josh Primo. It's him versus Caleb Martin. Cody Martin. So
don't do it.
Yeah, I don't think when you have like 2 or 3 guys better than that, it's tough for me to go there.
That's fair. No, Danny Green sucks. It's fine. I'm just throwing it out there. NBA champion twice? 2-time NBA championship?
3-time.
3-time? 3's pretty good. Spurs,
he won
Lakers.
Raptors, Spurs,
and Lakers. Yeah, those are the 3. Danny Green, confirmed difference maker. Pascal Siakam, Kawhi Leonard were monsters in that NBA Finals. But whatever.
Yes, that was a life-changing NBA Finals for me, by the way.
I know it was. Showdown. I believe you were out in Chicago having dinner, and I remember texting you back and forth. This was what, 3 years ago? 4 years ago?
Finals, yeah. This was the first breakthrough.
Showdown. I believe it was your first show at Awesemo, too.
It was, yeah. It's nice to. It was a perfect script.
People don't know. Can you tell the people about that situation? Because again, you ended up doing your first show, and you guys should already know by now. Ryan, he doesn't like to brag about himself. We like to brag about him, but he's very quiet and shy. And I know that it was one Fast Eddie Fear back in the day. You guys did a show together. You know, he was a buddy of both of ours and a good dude. But like, legitimately, what happened? What was the breakthrough for you? One player, one situation. What was it?
Yeah, so I'd racked up a lot of tickets for that game 1 of the NBA Finals single game on FanDuel, and that was till date for that contest. That was their biggest NBA single game contest that they ran, and I had I want to say a lot of tickets, the most volume I've ever played, and I happened to take it down. Shout out to Pascal Siakam, shout out to Steph Curry, shout out to Marc Gasol, shout out to Danny Green. Those guys were the kings of that lineup. So, Pascal Siakam at the MVP. His game 1 performance in 2019 changed kind of my daily fantasy journey.
Yeah. First 6-figure win, I believe. First,
it was not 6, but it was high 5 figures. Yeah.
High 5 figures with Danny Green.
Covered grad school too.
Covered grad school. Dude, I love hearing that. I almost covered my wedding the other night. That would have been fun. I needed that.
Oh yeah. That's a great way to start off the year for sure.
Anthony Simons, get 1 point. Get 1 point for me.
Yeah.
Whatever.
Yeah.
Dude, it's fun to talk about though, because again, I like to brag for you, and you were sharp before people knew you were sharp, and now everybody knows that you're sharp. So it's fun. Danny Green, confirmed difference maker in Rayen Patnaik's life. So just throwing that out there. Top end of the forward position on FanDuel: LeBron James, Kevin Durant, 11.3 and 11K respectively. Jason Tatum, 9,700. Kuzma up to 8,900. If you roster Kyle Kuzma at 8,900 tomorrow, I won't talk to you again. Jaylen Brown, 8,900. DeMar DeRozan, 8,300. Miles Bridges, I like that, 7,900. We got to say, Tobias Harris is probable here, 7,800. He's coming off a game where I think he just annihilated everybody. Only played 24 minutes, but it was a blowout. Joel Embiid didn't play the fourth. He didn't play the fourth.
Tobias Harris, I think, played a little bit in the fourth.
He played like the top end of it. But yeah, Joel Embiid did not come back. That I know. But I love Tobias Harris here against Charlotte. 7,800. This game is going to frickin' move. And if he's going to be low owned, he might be one of my highest roster dudes, along with Gordon Hayward, 6,500, right below him. You can't say enough about these Charlotte games. I know they're not going to ever project out well, but there are such ceilings in every single one of these dudes in 230 plus totals. It is hard to see totals 230 plus with these new rules on free throws and such. I love it. How about you?
Yeah, I mean, the game's going to zoom, and Tobias Harris could be the highest fantasy scoring player in that game. That's always enticing. And Tobias Harris has been put in trade rumors, obviously, him paired with Ben Simmons. So,
oh my God. You have to. How does that work salary wise? Because those two guys are max players. 80 million? 80 million?
I think so, yeah. 80 million.
What are you going to do? Trade it for LeBron and AD? What?
I think people think they'll end up in Atlanta, and if Philly can somehow get Cam Reddish, Bogdanovich, DeAndre Hunter, and one of Herter and
you want to do that. You want to do that. They should have done that.
If Philly gets that, they're elite with that. I mean, if they get those four guys, just shooters around Embiid, and it's a wrap.
It's over.
That'd be a pretty good fit for all those guys, but I don't know if Atlanta wants to do it. Atlanta has something good going. Atlanta's just playing awful this season. They're like have that hangover season after overexceeding.
They were never that good to begin with.
Yeah,
stop it.
They definitely I'm saying they overexceeded expectations.
Oh yeah, last year they overachieved, and now they're playing where they should have been the entire time. Because when Trae Young is your top player, you're not going to win anything.
Yeah, Trae Young is. Yeah, I don't think he's their best player. I think Bogdanovich might be.
I would agree. But here's the problem is that Bogdanovich isn't shooting it 25 times a game. He doesn't have the ball in his hand the entire time. That's exactly my point. I'm with you. I'm so with you. That's real life basketball conversation. Nobody gives a shit about that, unfortunately.
I'll definitely get canceled for saying that, but here we are. But other forward options, Christian Wood, 7K against San Antonio. This guy's been dogging it on the court. There's a ton of videos of him just playing awful defense, and he just doesn't want to be there. So who knows what's happening, but 7K Christian Wood, I'll still take my chances there. Spending up, you guys, LeBron, KD, Sabonis, those guys are fine. Obviously, there should be some value to jam those guys in. The next year, DeRozan, Bridges, Julius Randle. I like DeRozan at 8,300. I like that Brooklyn matchup for him. I think 20 shot attempts should be pretty solid. Jared Allen against a Utah Gobert-less team. He was a monster the other night.
Yeah.
Definitely should be on the court quite a bit. I like going to Jared Allen a decent amount for sure. But the class of the position probably will be Tyler Hero, $6,500. Shooting guard, small forward will be very, very popular. So proceed with caution, but the caution should be he can burn you if you don't play.
Throw caution to the wind. Just play a lot of Tyler Hero. I don't see any way around it. 6,500. He's going to project for 40 plus. Just roster a ton of him. Forward position over on Yahoo. Here we go. LeBron 55, Kevin Durant 52. That's a lot of money to be spending for them, but we've got enough $10 players, enough guys sitting around that mean it should be serviceable, but starts getting interesting. We'll skip Jason Tatum, $42. I don't really like that. Domantas Sabonis, $41. Seeing the assist rate start to trail up a little bit here. I know because I've been betting the unders on those props, and now he's burned me twice in a row with 10 assist games in his last 2 of his last 3 in the middle of a 3 assist game. But, such is life. That's kind of the game that you play. Kyle Kuzma, $33. Julius Randle, $33. Weird that we have to think about which one we prefer there. I prefer Julius Randle. So throwing it out there, Tobias Harris is $31, as is Miles Bridges. We've talked a lot about that game, but for me, there's one guy I want to get your take on. Lance Stevenson only played 31 minutes last game. He played terrible. Do we go right back to the well on our friend Lance Stevenson, considering the minutes allotment? He played more minutes than he played in that 55-point explosion. Is it Lance Stevenson season once more?
No. I think Duarte might come back. Brogdon and LeVert might come back.
Oh, so should we not do that?
No.
I won $800 on Yahoo the other night with Lance Stevenson in a lineup. So I don't know. What do you know?
I mean,
he had like what? He had 18. He was absolute trash. Whatever.
I cannot do that. No.
Frickin' optimizer. How could you? I had 4%.
I just can't. I can't. But I want to spend up for some of these guys. If they're with some of the $10 plays, you mentioned Tobias Harris 31. I like that price tag quite a bit. John Collins, Wendell Carter Jr. are interesting options if Carter Jr. plays at that price tag. Him and Mobley is also at that price tag. That $28 price range, always every night. There's some solid good plays where you want to get a couple of those guys in your lineups on Yahoo in both positions. But spending down $10 Marvin Bagley the third. $10. There's not that many good $10 plays here. $11 Keita Bates-Diop, $11 Maxi Kleba.
How about $11 Day'Ron Sharp? Day'Ron Sharp. Day'Ron Sharp. Day'Ron Sharp.
Interesting, yeah, because of Claxton being injured.
Yep.
Interesting. I don't know.
You could have no 2 studs. He played 24 minutes against Portland. I'm just saying. Day'Ron Sharp.
I think LaMarcus Aldridge will play, though, right?
I don't think he was slotted to automatically play. He's on my radar either way.
Yeah, it's not terrible. I just think
it was more that I had a bit planned and I executed it, so I'm happy.
Okay, gotcha. Yeah, that's fine, but I don't know how many minutes he's probably. I can't see him playing more than 18 minutes. That's his ceiling, I think. That's how I feel about Day'Ron Sharp.
Do you watch Ted Lasso?
I do not watch Ted Lasso. I've seen everyone and their mom was dressed up as that guy for Halloween, though.
Jamie Tart. Jamie Tart. You have to watch it. That I requested of you.
Okay. I gotta catch up on Succession, and I gotta.
Yes, you do.
I enjoyed Euphoria season 1, so I've been watching Euphoria season 2, which was a pretty interesting season premiere.
Well, I mean, I got to go watch the premiere. That's literally what I'm doing with the wife as soon as we get out of here. So let's get out of here. Joel Embiid, top of the center here on DraftKings. Joel Embiid, 11-2 there. Domantas Sabonis, Anthony Davis. Anthony Davis not playing. Domantas Sabonis, power forward eligible. But Nikola Vucevic, 9,100. No Bam, no Rudy. Capella, questionable. Gigantic piece of news, but he's actually doubtful, so he's probably not going to play. Jared Allen, 7,900. Lost. I mean, he's just nuts how good he is right now. Robert Williams, 7,300. No, thank you. Yurt 7, up to 6,900. Yurt 7. That's just insane to look at, and I might still get to some. Christian Wood, 6,900. I'll definitely get to some. My boy, Jakob Poeltl. Are you not Poeltl enough for the Poeltl Club? Poeltl. He only played 24 minutes because they were getting blown out by the Knicks. That sucked because I had tons of him, and he was on his way to smashing. He had 33 there and didn't play again in the fourth quarter. That's sad times, Daniel Gafford. But open up my eager eyes. I'm Hassan Whiteside. Yes, 6,200. Hassan Whiteside is still in play. He is a smash. We should roster tons of him, right, Ryan?
Yeah, he's still a pretty strong option. He's going to tough matchup with the front court of Mobley and Allen. He's going to be needed if he keeps his head in the game. Shout out to Troy Bolton. But
I thought that was a high school musical thing. Get your head in the game.
I did. I said shout out to Troy Bolton.
Was that a Troy Bolton? I didn't know what his name was. You're a stud. Ryan, you're a stud. Hey, that's where 34 and 27? That's where they meet?
Yeah, I guess so. Yeah.
I guess.
You were actually probably in high school when that movie released.
Keep talking.
But Onyeka Okongwu, class of the position, $3,900. You can play him at center. But you can also play him at forward and Ross in 2 centers. So you can pay it for a guy like Embiid. Can be the highest scoring player on the slate, which is very valuable on a 9-game slate. And play Pirtle in a front court matchup against Houston, which we've seen the front court centers just annihilate them of late. Now, outside of that, we might get LaMarcus Aldridge playing a ton of minutes potentially if there's no Claxton. I need to check his price tag. But outside of that, I mean, Montrezl Harrell is 4,700 in a Orlando matchup. He played well today. I don't mind going to Harrell. He's always been a good point per minute guy. So I have no issues going to Harrell. Thomas Bryant will return for Washington tomorrow, which now that crossed my mind. So I got to shy away from Montrezl Harrell a little bit. I have no idea what the minutes are going to look like. They all might play 16 minutes each. Who knows? I have no idea what's going to happen in that front court position.
All I know, shout out Thomas Bryant on the latest season of, what is it? What is the real estate show on Netflix? I can't think of it. Thomas Bryant was one of the clients on it. And he's like the nicest dude ever. Selling Sunsets. That's what it is. Selling Sunset.
Was he buying a house in DC?
He's buying a house from the girl who ends up dating the like shorter real estate guy, but she's the one who got broken up with the This Is Us guy. This is the drama that I know of. Selling Sunset. Because when you get a wife, everybody, you watch a lot of Netflix shows you may or may not be interested in. This one is trash, but it's great, enjoyable, entertaining trash. And Thomas Bryant is like the loveliest human being on it. So
he's probably a big dude.
He's gigantic. He's like 6'11". He's just a monster. And he's like looking in LA for a house, and he's like doing his therapy and doing whatever else out here in LA. So he was out here for a long time. Shout out Thomas Bryant, because truly like the nicest dude you could possibly imagine on camera there. So you never know, but seemed pretty genuine. Joel Embiid, there we go, 10-9 over on the top end of FanDuel. Domantas Sabonis, 10-3. Nikola Vucevic, 9,100 on FanDuel. Julius Randle, 8,500. John Collins, 8,100. Lots of power forward center guys that you can kind of mix in there. But Joel Embiid, 10-9 against Charlotte. That's pretty hard to be passing up, I would say. You get down here a little bit further. All I have to know, Okongwu, is he power forward eligible? Sure is. That makes life a little bit easier, doesn't it? Nope, he's center only 3,900. Never mind.
Sorry?
Center only 3,900. How does he compare to Embiid?
You got to just go there. I mean, it makes a lot of sense to go there, but you miss out on the opportunity cost of Joel Embiid. But Okongwu should play a ton of minutes.
I said I liked Embiid. What are you talking about?
No, I'm saying the opportunity cost of missing out.
Just kidding. Bye. Continue.
Embiid. But yeah, it's Okongwu makes a lot of sense on FanDuel. No worries of if you want to go there. Makes a lot of sense. I also like Jakob Poeltl. Hassan Whiteside is priced appropriately at $7K. Jakob Poeltl at 6-1, I'll definitely take my chances on. Center is not that exciting when it's Embiid and then a bunch of mid-tier, mediocre scrubs, honestly. In terms of just when you get to only roster one, it's not that exciting. You got to make some tough decision points if you want to spend down to Okongwu or you want to spend up for Embiid. Both very, very will result in very different roster construction. So let's see what the ownership looks like, and you go from there.
Dwayne Dedmon questionable, 4,400. Just saying, that would be fun.
He's coming back from a lower body injury, if I'm not mistaken.
Never mind. Your Omer Yurtseven, I would roster at 6,800 on FanDuel in the event because he's 6,900 on DK. 6,800 for Yurtseven makes an interesting pivot off of 7K Hassan Whiteside if Dwayne Dedmon does not play.
Yeah, is Dedmon coming from a lower body injury?
I think you're right about that. That would be bad.
That'd be a little concerning, but that's
not COVID.
No.
Yeah, so definitely a lower body injury. That's debilitating, not ideal. Top end of center on Yahoo. Let's round it out. $51 here. We're going a little bit long tonight, but you know what? I don't think you guys mind. You guys love listening to us. Joel Embiid, $51. Anthony Davis, and Rudy Gobert, No, we're not going there because they're out. Nikola Vucevic, $36. Jared Allen, 31 is a big discount. 27 to Christian Wood. That's interesting. 25 for Miles Turner. Less so for me than Omer Yurt, 724. Jakob Poeltl, $22. Hassan Whiteside, though, $21. That's just way too cheap there for Hassan Whiteside. And Okongwu, $12. I think I just highlighted the two guys, $21 Whiteside, $12 Okongwu. Move on with your day, right?
Yeah, I think those guys make a lot of sense to go there and proceed. It's like pass go and collect 200. Those guys make a lot of sense. Okongwu gives you the
option. Not pass go, do not collect $200. Were you quoting Monopoly and then you just stopped?
I stopped in between because I think you can definitely, there's enough value to jam in a $51 Embiid. I like pivoting to a $22 at Jakob Poeltl as well.
Me too.
A lot of the centers here are kind of cheap. Jared Allen's 31. Miles Turner has blocks upside as well. So just wanted to touch on those guys as well. I'm seeing who else stands out. I'm going to avoid the Washington situation. I know we touched on Harrell. I need to see what ends up happening. Well, obviously, the locker room altercation between KCP and Montrezl Harrell, but Thomas Bryant returning should muddy the waters over there in DC.
Remember when the Clippers had 54 points at the end of the third quarter? What is happening?
Wait, how many points they scored at the end?
Amir Coffey has 33.25.
Oh, my God.
Well, that does it for us here tonight, here on the old NBA Slate Starter podcast. See you here again on Wednesday night as we cover Thursday's slate. But Ryan, any final words for the people for Wednesday's 9-gamer upcoming?
Find yourself the Amir Coffey play of the day over there for tomorrow's Wednesday 9-gamer because you're going to need it tomorrow. But more than anything, please leave that 5-star review. Loaded week of DFS contests for bunch of million makers. Huge NBA contest tomorrow. Good luck. Stay tuned. I'll catch you tomorrow night.
He's Ryan. He's good people. I'm Eric. I'm angry people. We'll see you guys later.